An unexpected letter arrives in the mailbox demanding thousands of dollars back immediately. American families are facing an invisible financial trap through no fault of their own. Government agencies are demanding retroactively that benefits paid out years ago must be returned now. The system made the error, but the honest taxpayer is forced to foot the bill. Hardworking citizens are being punished for bureaucracy mistakes while trying to survive inflation. This is not a rare mistake, but a systemic pattern hitting the middle class hardest. Our community deserves to know the exact legal paths to fight these unjust demands. Sharing this information helps protect your neighbors from sudden financial ruin. We are breaking down the official federal waiver process that can wipe out this debt completely. Understanding your rights is the only way to stop administrative overreach before it freezes your account. Imagine waking up to find your entire savings account frozen by a government computer glitch. This is the reality for thousands of families caught in the gray zone of modern economics. You earn too much to qualify for public assistance programs during hard times, yet you earn far too little to survive the crushing weight of sudden administrative fines. The system expects you to navigate hundreds of pages of legal jargon without a lawyer. Federal agencies have quietly ramped up automated collection efforts across the entire country. They call it an overpayment balance, but it feels like an existential threat to your household. The official notices give you less than 30 days to pay or face severe penalties. They threaten to seize your future tax refunds and garnish your weekly wages immediately. Most people panic and sign predatory repayment agreements just to stop the threatening letters. Never sign an acknowledgement of debt until you verify the agency followed proper protocol. The law states that if the error was administrative, you may not be held liable. You must immediately request an official administrative review in writing to freeze collections. This simple written request stops all interest accrual and garnishment actions by law. Our community must stand together and refuse to be intimidated by automated bureaucracy. The agency must prove that you intentionally provided false information to receive those funds. If you acted in good faith, the burden of proof rests entirely on the government. Most citizens do not know that equity and good conscience are actual legal defenses. If repayment would prevent you from covering basic needs like housing, food, medicine, or utilities, that hardship can become a key part of your waiver request. We have compiled the exact phrasing needed for the waiver application in this document. Look closely at the top right corner of the notice for the specific citation number. Every federal demand letter must include the exact statutory authority allowing the collection if the notice is missing key details or the calculation appears wrong. You should request a full explanation before agreeing to repay. You have the right to demand a complete accounting history of the alleged overpayment. They must show every single calculation used to arrive at that specific dollar amount. Many families discover that the government computers calculated the interest rates completely wrong. Always review the balance carefully, because errors in dates, benefit periods, or repayment calculations can change the amount owed. This illegal practice adds thousands of dollars of phantom debt to your balance sheet. By challenging the math, you force a human review of your automated file. A human reviewer is far more likely to grant a compromise than an automated algorithm. The middle class is constantly squeezed between rising basic costs and rigid bureaucratic rules. A single dollar of extra income can disqualify a family from vital survival protections. Yet that same dollar triggers massive clawback mechanisms from previous fiscal years. It is a broken cycle designed to keep the working class in a state of perpetual anxiety. We must share these defense strategies to ensure no family faces this pressure alone. Write down the dates of every single phone call you make to the agency representatives. Note the agent identification number and the exact words they used during the conversation. These notes become official evidence if your case escalates to an administrative law judge. Never rely on the verbal promises of a customer service agent over the phone. If it is not written down on official letterhead, it simply does not exist. Submit your official waiver request via certified mail with a return receipt requested. This prevents the agency from claiming they never received your hardship documentation. The clock stops ticking against you the moment the post office delivers that package. You gain precious months to organize your finances while they review your completed file. Knowledge is the only shield available to regular citizens fighting a multi-billion-dollar system. We see neighbors helping neighbors navigate these complex forms every single week. When one family wins a waiver, it creates a precedent that helps the entire local community. Do not let the fear of legal paperwork prevent you from defending your hard-earned savings. The system relies on your silence and your immediate compliance to hit their collection quotas. By standing firm and demanding due process, you protect your family and your financial future. The official hardship standards require you to submit a detailed monthly line item budget. List every single cost from rent and groceries to medicine and basic utility bills. If your unavoidable expenses exceed your net monthly income, your waiver is fast-tracked. Federal waiver rules allow hardship arguments when repayment would defeat the purpose of benefits or create serious financial distress. Keep copies of every utility bill to prove your cost of living is non-negotiable. We are tracking these cases across all 50 states to identify the worst offending agencies. The data shows a massive spike in automated errors due to outdated legacy computer software. Millions of Americans are receiving letters generated by systems built 40 years ago. These ancient machines cannot process modern tax forms accurately, resulting in false debts. You are not alone in this fight, and the statistics prove the errors are widespread. Take a deep breath and look at the paperwork objectively without the emotional panic. Every problem created by a system can be unraveled using the rules of that same system. We will continue to update this network with the latest policy changes and legal victories. Stay informed, protect your assets, and support each other through these difficult economic times. Our collective voice is the most powerful tool we have against institutional unfairness. Remember to request a formal personal conference if the initial waiver request is denied. A personal conference allows you to speak directly to a supervisor face-to-face. It is much harder for a human being to deny relief when looking at a real family. Bring your receipts, your budget sheets, and your history of honest tax compliance. A significant portion of successful waivers are granted during this crucial secondary review phase. Spread this message to anyone you know who has received a sudden government notice. The faster you act, the higher the probability of completely erasing the alleged debt. We will stand by our community providing the exact tools needed for financial self-defense. Thank you for standing together and protecting the economic stability of American households. Together, we can change the way the system treats the hardworking middle class forever.